Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Benjamin. This is Benj Watching. Thanks for tuning in. Gonna keep this one relatively short today. This is the first one I've done in a long time. My other place in Plant City, I really didn't have the room to set up a camera or anything, so I wanted to make it a little bit more nostalgic. If you know me, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to hit the Bucks and the Rays, and we'll start with the Bucks. They play Sunday at Minnesota. I don't see them winning the game. They have two backup quarterbacks as their quarterbacks, and it is what it is, and it is what it is. The Mike Evans thing, the Twitter thing, getting on there and talking about, kind of like threatening to leave, that's the way it is now. Unfortunately, that's the way it is now. So Mike Evans... other players have gone to other places, so it's not the end of the world if he, if he leaves. I hate to see him leave, but as far as the Bucks go against Minnesota, Minnesota's an offensive juggernaut. Jefferson is just gonna, it's gonna be like 35-10, and I don't like saying that, but the Bucks are a below average team. And they were below average last year with Tom Brady, and I don't see them getting any better, though I do see them actually winning more games than last year because the division stinks so bad that I see them going undefeated in the division in the South. So I'm going to go with 11-7. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills versus the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. And I think that one's in Vegas, so that should be pretty cool to see how they put on a show for everybody. I'm going to talk about the Rays now. I'm going to touch on the main topic is the Wander Franco situation, and nobody likes talking about it. It's a very touchy subject. I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, only because we're dealing with a third world country, the Dominican Republic, and it's one of the worst third world countries, so I don't really know what to believe. I'm just going with all the information that I've heard about the situation. It seems like that somebody may be after his money. And again, I'm not going to jump to conclusions. I hate the fact that people are jumping to conclusions. Unfortunately, that's the way of the internet and social media, and it is what it is. Again, I hate even saying it is what it is, but I say it more and more because it's just the way things are now. Baseball's got the bigger bases, and guys wear this friggin' baking mitt to steal bases. Could you imagine Ricky Henderson in today's baseball climate? He would have like 500 more stolen bases. So with the Rays, I'm glad they got off to a good start. It was great to see that. It was super exciting. Again, I haven't done the podcast in a long time. I had some family issues. My mom got sick, and I've been dealing with that. So I went to a few Rays games this year. I love going to Tropicana Field. I live in Sun City Center now, so now instead of going from Plant City all the way to the crosstown and over, which wasn't too bad of a drive, I get to experience probably the greatest drive to a baseball game, to a stadium in America. It's up 275, across the Skyway Bridge, and then all of a sudden you see the dome, and it's a pretty cool drive. When I used to anchor the sports at ABC in Sarasota, and I covered the Devil Rays in '98, I would cover the late game, the 7 o'clock game. I think it started at 7:10 back then, and I would literally be able to get back to Sarasota in time to give post-game interviews. Back then it wasn't always email or satellite or anything. You had to get in your car and drive the videotape to the TV station, edit it together, and put it on the news. It's not cut and paste anymore like right now. So I'm glad that the Rays are doing well. I hate the fact that they have to deal with the situation off field that a lot more teams have to deal with stuff like that, and it's the way of the world, and it's actually one of the reasons why I got off the air, is because I got sick of talking about athletes in trouble. And right now it's like 35% highlights and like 65% off field and athletes in trouble and TMZ crap BS. and it's just too much for me to deal with. So I've been able to phase all that stuff out pretty much. For the most part, you gotta hear it because you don't have a choice. So I like to just turn on the game and turn it off when it's over. But I'm sitting here talking to you, so I'm talking about things like that. Everybody is. You know, it's just one of the ways of the world now, so I'm going to conform to it, and I appreciate your watching. And again, I'm going to keep these relatively short, under 10 minutes, depending on the topics. I'm not going to get too detailed into anything today. I just wanted to touch on the Mike Evans thing and the Wander Franco thing. I collect bobbleheads, Tampa Bay bobbleheads. So I've invested a lot of money into Wander Franco, and I'd hate to have to put these bobbleheads in the back shelf behind all the other ones just because of what he did or did not do. So again, I'm giving the guy the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see how it all plays out. That's all you can do. Wanted to talk about my book real quick, The Stigma of Sports in Florida. I started selling this in 2019. I wrote it in 2019. Unfortunately, it's everything from 2019 and before. So there's nothing in here from 2020 and beyond. And I'm going to be trying to get that written in the next few weeks because, you know, with Brady coming in the Super Bowls and the Rays going to the World Series and the Bolts winning back-to-back Stanley Cups and the Miami Heat going to the NBA championship in 2020, all that happened in 2020, and nothing in my book is about 2020 or 2021 or 2 or 3. So I'm in the process of updating it, and when I do, I will let you know. And also, I want to make a special thanks to go out to Courtesy Toyota of Brandon. I traded in my 2001 Toyota Camry LE with 129,000 miles on it. Traded it in and obviously bought a new Toyota RAV4. It's a really cool vehicle, and the guy over there, Creighton West, he was really cool to me. So this isn't, I'm not getting paid for this part. I'm just saying that if you need a new car, if you need a new truck or a new SUV or a new vehicle of any kind, you just go over to Courtesy Toyota of Brandon and they'll help you out. So again, thank you for your time. We'll have much more as the seasons go on. And thanks for joining me. This is Benj Watching. I'm Kevin Benjamin. You have a good one.